Welcome to Sphere Finance. I am Price Time, and you're watching Sphere TV. If you're frustrated by the current market conditions, then you're not alone. As of the making of this video, we are currently sitting around a 70% decline in the price of Bitcoin since its peak in November 2021. The worst Bitcoin bear market was a decline of almost 94% in its early years. And the last bear market saw Bitcoin fall a painful 85% from December 2017 to December 2018. And when I say painful, I literally mean painful. As described in Your Money and Your Brain by Jason Zweig, the areas of your brain that become active with financial loss are the exact same areas of the brain that become active with physical pain, and especially with social pain, such as feelings of rejection, isolation, shame, regret, inadequacy, and, of course, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It is human nature to act in ways to avoid those painful feelings, and this is part of the global market psychology that drives markets further and further down during bear markets, as more and more people give in to their fear and pain avoidance. Certain financial strategies, such as dollar cost averaging, can help reduce the impact of fear and the desire for pain avoidance. Dollar cost averaging is the process of slowly and gradually adding more money to your investing portfolio over time so that the psychological impact is less when things do not go as desired. Dollar cost averaging also works very well during bull markets because by putting in small amounts consistently, you are able to capture the average price action of the market. Also, surprisingly, since its inception, every 4-year period of holding Bitcoin resulted in positive returns. The difficult part is maintaining the conviction to hold true to your investment strategy, whatever that might be. Without a strategy such as dollar cost averaging, only investing what you can afford to lose, and or having a long-term outlook, it can be all too easy to become part of the victimized majority within the often turbulent market cycles. Sphere Finance and its Sphere token is not immune to the raging waters of a bear market. Pairing with USD Plus in the liquidity pool does help stabilize the price, since 50% of the price movement of Sphere is the result of USD+, but it does not fully protect against the volatility of the global markets and the global flow of liquidity. Whether you choose to buy or sell, one good way to help avoid impulsive decisions based on fear and pain avoidance in the financial markets as a whole is to keep the more evolved part of your brain, the frontal lobe, active and busy carrying out a strategic plan. Some may lean towards marketing and consider this part of a strategic plan. However, as tempting as this is, marketing during a bear market is not as fruitful as many might think. In fact, it can actually be counterproductive, at least until we re-enter a bull market. With the global mindset being on selling, marketing pumps during a bear market are only met with more selling, as green candles on the chart are viewed as selling opportunities rather than buying opportunities. At Sphere Finance, we know that focusing on price alone is psychologically draining, but focusing on bunkering down and working hard to build foundationally sound projects that will provide the next generation of DeFi and liquidity infrastructure is what will make the biggest difference in the long term. And it is this type of thinking that will override the part of the brain that is all too easily overwhelmed by fear. So let's take a moment to review what Sphere Finance has built and is working on building within its ecosystem to help give us the information we need to see the big picture without being overwhelmed by the fear and pain avoidance brought on by the mass selling going on all around us. With that knowledge, you can then make an informed decision based on your own investment strategy. First, you may be familiar with Dystopia and Penrose on the Polygon network and Cone and Unknown on the BNB chain. These are VE33 dexes and their yield aggregators, improving on the mathematics and tokenomics of curve and solidity. Building during a bear market is never easy, but the tokenomics behind these protocols are next generation. Remember too that Sphere is expanding these foundational liquidity services to other blockchains. Let's also not forget about quantum liquidity and quantum liquidity as a service, where Sphere and other protocols can passively grow their liquidity pool. In addition, by pairing with USD Plus, as mentioned earlier, not only does Sphere link itself with a stable asset to reduce price volatility during a bear market, but the Sphere token also benefits from passive liquidity growth thanks to the auto-compounding mechanism of USD Plus. Speaking of yields, the Sphere treasury is not idle. Rather, it is constantly being utilized to yield farm assets for passive treasury growth over time. Thanks to the hard work of multi-farm, these yields can now be seen in real time on the Sphere Finance dashboard, with a current daily revenue of over $4,500. With more revenue comes more and more ability to reinvest in the ecosystem and buy and burn Sphere tokens for deflation. Also, taxes are still in play, and although buy taxes are currently turned off, sell and transfer taxes still apply. These taxes are funneled to the treasury, where they will be utilized in a wide number of helpful situations. All of these components are already in action and continue to be developed. In addition, Sphere has so much more up its sleeve, and it all fits together synergistically within the ecosystem. The Dyson farm is a unique, low-fee auto-compounder in the works that will soon be launched. This will allow you to auto-compound various LP tokens similarly to Beefy.finance, for example, but with lower fees. Even so, a significant portion of those fees will go to buying and burning the Sphere token or to help build up the Sphere token's liquidity. In a similar vein, the long-anticipated Galaxy Marketplace is still in the works. It is a reimagined bonding system that will allow you to bond Sphere tokens at a discount in exchange for assets. Where do all those Sphere tokens come from? All from trading taxes. There is no inflation in this bonding system. In fact, it will contribute to the deflation of Sphere, as a whopping 20% of all assets bonded will buy and burn Sphere, or will help build up Sphere's liquidity. Preon is the next building block on top of Dystopia and Penrose, still in the works, that will be a cross-margin lending protocol with its own stablecoin. I honestly can't wait to explain how Preon works, because the tokenomics are, well, I guess you'll just have to wait and see. Recently announced, the liquid markets are also in development, a place where you can obtain liquid versions of max-locked and therefore max yield bearing governance tokens throughout the entire DeFi space, including Sphere itself. The actual governance of those liquid market tokens will be given to Sphere holders who vote lock their Sphere into vesphere, the next phase of Sphere's development that will allow Sphere to fully take its place as the kingpin in DeFi voting power. With all of that voting power will come bribe revenue, and Covenant will be another piece in the puzzle that will make bribing vesphere more efficient. Still not convinced? We are only just getting started. Believe it or not, there is still even more in development that will all be part of the synergistic Sphere ecosystem, providing tools that set the foundation for the efficient management of liquidity throughout all of DeFi. Feeling overwhelmed? No worries. Remember that the point of giving you this big picture is to help you recognize that we are all still working hard despite the bear market, and revenue from all of these ecosystem elements will funnel into the Sphere token. That is the point of Sphere. With one token, gain exposure to an increasing and diversified portfolio of revenue-generating cryptocurrency projects, and enjoy the long-term benefits of a deflationary token whose voting power and therefore utility is always increasing. The best place to stay up to date on announcements or contact us is through the Sphere Finance Discord. Check the description below for official links. You can also leave us a comment below and we will do our best to help. After all, this video and channel is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Thanks for watching, and always remember that you matter for who you are. The best place to stay up to date on announcements or contact us is through the Sphere Finance Discord. Check the description. The best place to stay up to date.